Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage number 2, Wayne Schwass.
Just a nice photo in the middle, Anthony, if you wouldn't mind this one. Thank you, mate. Thanks, Anthony. It's all yours, mate.
I love you, Rocky, and you've known that for a long time. And I was just thinking, it's time moves on, we move on, but certain things don't change, and we may not have seen each other for many times over the last few years, but I love you like a brother, mate, and I really appreciate your very kind words. It's greatly appreciated. I'd like to congratulate Jimmy Cracker. I had the privilege of playing some games in my early years, and you're a star, mate. As a young, skinny kid who couldn't fight his way out of a wet paper bag, really nice to know that I had the support of you there as a teammate and just the enforcer when I needed it. But more importantly, Jim, congratulations on your induction. Thoroughly deserved. I may not have played with you, Barry, but I know a lot about your career, and your induction tonight, and we'll hear from you shortly, is thoroughly deserved as well. So congratulations to Barry Cable. To my old mate over there, Steve-O. The boy from the country, couldn't dance, couldn't drink. Went on to be a good football player, still couldn't drink by the time he finished. I sent you a message, mate, and I'll say it again in the company of the North Melbourne family. You've always been a legend, and tonight it becomes official. Congratulations, mate. Thoroughly deserved. To the Hall of Fame committee, thank you. I got a call from Caldolina probably 6 weeks ago, and I didn't know what to say for the first minute or so, but it's given me an opportunity to digest it. I'm very grateful and very honoured to be given or bestowed this privilege. When you think about the fact that there's 992 players that have played for this great football club in its history, to now be one of 35 players, it's a tremendous honour, it's a privilege. I'm humbled, and I'd be lying if I didn't say I was slightly embarrassed. Because when I think about these names, and I won't mention them all, but Schimmelbusch, Carey, Ron Joseph, Glenn Archer, Ron Casey, Ron Barassi, Malcolm Blight, Laurie Dwyer, and my favourite number 2 player, Noel Teasdale. These are legends of our football club. I'm not overly confident or comfortable with the fact that I'm now part of that group, but I am forever indebted to this football club for the opportunity to be held in that regard. This is a great football club. It has been for a very long time. And it's great because of mates and premiership teammates, some that I still stay in contact, others that I haven't seen for a long time. It's great because of the great coaches, the great administrators, the great supporters. But the thing that, when I reflect about what makes this football club great, and everybody has their own slant on the shinbone of spirit, it's the collective people. Players, the coaches, the staff get a lot of attention. But for those current day players, you may not have known these people. You may not have had the privilege of meeting these people. But these people, to me, epitomise what makes this club great. Judy Francis, Jeannie Burnmeister, the great Ronnie McIntosh, Orb Devlin, who's here tonight, Johnny King, Jack King, Billy Schutt, Skull, Jimmy Knight, Greg Nugent. They're just a few people, but they're the real North people. It was a privilege to pull on the jumper for 184 games and go into battle with my great mates, with a great coach, and achieve something great in 1996. But it was also a privilege to represent those people in the background, those people that didn't get the opportunity to play for the club, that contributed just as much as what we did as players. And I think for that, that's the greatest memory that I have outside of what we achieved on the sporting field was the friendships and relationships that we were able to create during that period. To my teammates, all 21 of them, thank you for allowing me to realise a boyhood dream in 1996. As I said, we may not see each other a lot, but it's so good to be in your company again. To all of my coaches, but in particular I'd like to point him out, Dennis Pagan. We may not have always had a smooth relationship. That's okay. May not have always agreed with the messages or the way that the messages were delivered, Dennis, but what I would like to say, and I've had a lot of time to think about this, I've made a successful transition into post-football career, a media career and a professional corporate career, and it's interesting that a lot of the lessons and the teachings that you imparted on me and our group are the things that I've implemented in my day-to-day life as a businessman now. And I'd like to thank you for the teachings and the lessons, although I may not always take them the way that I should, and some of those lessons were tough and hard. You've contributed significantly to the person that I've become, so I'd like to thank you for everything that you've given me as a football player, but as a person. You know, a kid who's 60 kilos, playing some senior footy in country Victoria and Western Districts, playing for South Warrnambool, who had a bit of talent, some skill, was going to join the Army. Unbeknownst to him, the Kangaroos, through Ron Joseph and Greg Miller, had been coming down for a few weeks to watch this skinny kid wearing a helmet play for South Warrnambool. Recognised that he had a bit of talent, started working with my father and my mum at the time to convince me of coming to North. Stood out of footy for 9 months because I was zoned to Fitzroy. That's how old I am. I played when the zones were in. But I stood out of footy for 9 months and played school footy and managed to get a clearance with Fitzroy and then went on to have a wonderful career with the Kangaroos Footy Club. I may have gone to Sydney and managed to extend my career for 4.5 years, but this is where my heart is. I feel that I was fortunate to be given an opportunity to come to the right club at the right time with the right group and the right coach and realise a dream. I just want to finish off by saying, and I appreciate you recognising it, Rocky. I played footy passionately, but I had some challenges through my footballing career. And whilst I might be the fortunate one that gets up here and accepts this induction's a reflection of my family. And I'd just like to finish off by acknowledging some important people in my life. To my father, Col, who still goes up ladders and falls off them, as recently as today. Mate, you're 73, get off the bloody things. I love him dearly, but the thing that I admire mostly about him was he allowed me to play my career and only ever gave me advice when I asked for it. To Phil, his partner, you've been wonderful supports for a long period of time. To my kids who may never didn't see me play, I hope you're proud of me as a football player, but I hope that you're proud of me as a father. Now, I hope this comes out right. I've hoped for the opportunity to do what I'm about to do for a long period of time, not for me. Because I'm fortunate that I had two key people through some really challenging times, and I've often hoped that I was given that forum where I could get up and acknowledge them because I've desperately wanted to do it for such a long period of time. And those two people are with me tonight, and they played a significant role in navigating me through a very difficult and challenging period of my life. To Harry Younglich is someone that I regard as a family member of mine because there were many times where I didn't have the strength or courage or determination to continue on. But to you, my friend, my great friend, my dear friend, you never failed me, you never judged me, and you never left me alone. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for everything that you contributed during that difficult period. This is a reflection of what you've contributed to me, and I hope that in front of this North Melbourne family, you accept my gratitude for everything that you have done for me through my adult life. Thanks. You know, we play a combative sport and you think to yourself, you've got to keep it together, and as much as I try, it's hard not to be emotional. To the lady that has been there through the entire football career, married, children, challenges, both as a football player, as parents, through life, to my beautiful, loving, caring, unwavering, magnificent wife, Rachel. I don't have the words to describe everything that you have done for me as an athlete, but more importantly, I would not be up here tonight accepting this humbling award without your incredible support, your love and your care. Thank you very much, and once again, thanks to the North Melbourne Committee.
I think he nailed it. Outstanding. Ladies and gentlemen, Wayne Schwass, latest member of the Hall of Fame.